Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. As usual, first of all, I would like to discuss the previous lecture summary. In previous lecture, we have discussed the various industrial ratios like banks. Balance sheet is related to the banks, and we have discussed the income statement is related to the banks, and we have calculated the various ratios are related to the bank financial statements. Then we have discussed the utilities. Under the heading of utilities, we have discussed the electric utilities, and we have discussed the financial statements, balance sheet, income statement, and financial ratios are related to the utilities. Then we have discussed the oil and gas industry, and we have discussed the successful efforts versus full cost, and we have discussed the supplementary information on oil and gas industry regarding basically financial information. Then we have discussed the exploration and development and productive activities, and cash flow is related to the oil and gas industry. Today, students, we have discussed the transportation industry also, and we have analyzed and discussed the financial statements and financial ratios related to the transportation industry. Then we have discussed the insurance, balance sheet, and income statement and financial ratios are related to the insurance industries. Then we have discussed the real estate companies. Today, students, today we will solve the various practical exercises are related to the various industrial ratios. First of all, as usual, I would like to read out the question. मेरे साथ रहिए, क्वेश्चन पढ़िए. बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग और डिफरेंट टाइप्स के रेशियोज हैं जो आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, I will read out the question. Parts of the operating activities for big state power are given below. Question is given in front of you, detail is given, operating revenue is given, operating expenses for 2009 and 2010 is given, and operating property is available here if you can see, then net income, then funded debt. ये information थी आपकी question के related. Now what are the requirements? We need to compute the following ratios. First ratio is operating ratio, then funded debt to operating property ratio. Then we need to calculate the percent earned on operating property. Then we will calculate the operating revenue to operating property. Then we need to discuss the trend in these results. First of all, we will calculate the operating ratio. First of all, operating ratio is equal to operating expenses divided by operating revenue we are calculating for year 2010. तो डेटा आपका क्वेश्चन में गिवन है, क्वेश्चन में वापस आएंगे और डेटा ले लेंगे. तो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, ऑपरेटिंग एक्सपेंसेस आर गिवन फॉर ईयर 2010 117,000 and operating revenue is $125,000. $117,000 divided by $125,000. आपके पास कैलकुलेटर मौजूद है, कैलकुलेटर उठाएं और आप किसी सिंपल कैलकुलेशन आप कर लें. 170,000 divided by 125,000 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 करना नहीं भूलना. दैट विल बी 93.6%. और मैंने सर्कल कर दिया. तो उम्मीद है कि आपको ये बात समझ आ चुकी होगी. बहुत आसान है, कैलकुलेटर ख़रीदना बहुत ज़रूरी है, बुक आपके पास होनी चाहिए, लेक्चर आपके सामने है, तो आपको किसी किस्म की इस बुक में मुश्किल पेश नहीं आनी चाहिए। और दीज क्वेश्चन आई हैव टेकन फ्रॉम योर टेक्स्ट बुक, ऑल क्वेश्चन यू कैन सी इन योर बुक। नाउ वी विल कैलकुलेट द ऑपरेटिंग रेशियो फॉर ईयर 2009। जैसा कि आपने देखा कि मैं क्वेश्चन बहुत स्लोली करता हूं ताकि आपको समझ आ जाए, फिर आपने इसकी प्रैक्टिस भी बाद में करनी है। फार्मूला विल बी द सेम, ऑपरेटिंग एक्सपेंसेस डिवाइडेड बाय ऑपरेटिंग रेवेन्यू again we will see in the question, that is 88,900 operating expenses and 98,900 operating revenue. अब इसको सिंपल डिवाइड कर लें, डिवाइडेड बाय 98,900 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 करना नहीं भूलना, याद है ना? दैट विल बी 89.89%. That is your basically operating ratio for year 2009. You can see your operating ratio has decreased in 2010, basically in 2009 is 89.89% and it has increased in 2010. This is good for the business. Now we will calculate the another ratio, that is funded debt to operating property. Funded debt to operating property is equal to funded debt divided by operating property और we are calculating for year 2010. डेटा आपके क्वेश्चन में गिवन है, वापस जाते हैं. फंडेड डेट इज $66,000 and operating property is given 73,500. $66,000 divided by 73,500 divided by 73,500 multiply by 100, 89.80%. तो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, आपने देखा कि बड़ी सिंपल कैलकुलेशन है. फार्मूला अगर आपको याद हो तो कैलकुलेशन बहुत आसान है और इसका मतलब भी बहुत आसान है. तो 89.80 we have calculated the funded debt to total operating property. Now we will calculate the funded debt to operating property for year 2009. Formula will be the same, funded debt to operating property for year 2009. Formula will be funded debt divided by operating property. Funded debt are given for the year 2009 in question, that is 49,000 and operating property is 57,000. Simple calculation है 49,000 divided by 57,000 multiply by 100 85.96%. Dear students, you can see basically आपका जो ईयर 2009 में फंडेड डेट टू ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी है दैट इज 85.96% and it has increased in 2010 that is 89.80. This is not good for the business because it shows that 89.80% your assets are basically financed by the debts, but year 2009 it has basically 85.96% funded by the आपके बेसिकली डेट्स, आपके जो जितने भी एसेट्स हैं वो 85.96 आपके डेट्स से बेसिकली फाइनेंस किए गए हैं. नाउ वी कैन कैलकुलेट अनदर रेशियो दैट इज परसेंट अर्न ऑन ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी. परसेंट earn on operating property that is formula will be net income divided by operating property So net income is also given in your question. You can see that is $2,250 for year 2010. Divided by operating property given है for year 2010 that is 73,500. सिंपल कैलकुलेशन आप डिवाइड कर लें. (3.06% for year 2010. तो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, हमने क्या किया कि परसेंट अर्न ऑन ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी के यानी कि जो प्रॉपर्टी आपके बिजनेस में यूज हो रही है, जो एसेट्स यूटिलाइज हो रहे हैं, उनसे हमारा जो रिटर्न है जो हम अर्न कर रहे हैं दैट इज 3.06% इन ईयर 2010. नाउ वी विल कैलकुलेट फॉर ईयर 2009. फार्मूला विल बी द सेम. परसेंट अर्न ऑन ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी इज इक्वल टू net income divided by operating property net income is also given for year 2009. Question given 3,400. Divided by 57,000. Multiply by 100. 5.96%. तो इस पे यानी कि 2009 में जो आपको रिटर्न मिल रहा है ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी के ऊपर आप जो अर्न कर रहे हैं दैट इज 5.96%. इट हैज डिक्रीज इन ईयर 2010. दिस इज नॉट गुड साइन फॉर द बिजनेस. नाउ वी नीड टू कंसंट्रेट ऑन आवर बेसिकली ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी. वी आर नॉट प्रॉपरली यूटिलाइजिंग द ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी फॉर द बिजनेस. नाउ वी विल कैलकुलेट अनदर रेशियो दैट इज ऑपरेटिंग रेवेन्यू टू ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी. Operating revenue to operating property. Formula very easy. Operating revenue divided by operating property. Data is given in your question. We can see operating revenue for year 2010 is 125,000. We are calculating for year 2010 125,000 divided by 73,500 operating property. .70 times आपकी जो रेवेन्यू है ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी के ऊपर जो टर्नओवर 1.7 टाइम्स है पर ईयर है. नाउ वी कैन कैलकुलेट फॉर 2009 ऑपरेटिंग रेवेन्यू to operating property is equal to operating revenue divided by operating property. Data is given for 2009 98,900 divided by 57,000. सिंपल डिवाइड कर लें आप. .74 टाइम्स तो ये जनाब हमारा 2009 का ऑपरेटिंग रेवेन्यू टू ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी था 1.74 टाइम. यू कैन सी इट हैज डिक्रीज इन 2010. दिस इज नॉट गुड साइन फॉर द बिजनेस. नाउ वी नीड टू बेसिकली गिव दी सम कमेंट्स. दिस इज अनदर रिक्वायरमेंट. द फर्म show the decline in profitability. Already we have calculated both from the high operating ratio and the drop in the earnings on operating property. हमने already discuss किया कि operating property के ऊपर हमारा decline आ रहा है. तो part of the cost may be the rise in percentage of funded debt. कि उसकी क्या काज क्या हो सकती है कि फंडेड डेट में इजाफा हो गया, जो कि मैं आपको बता चुका हूँ. दिस इज नॉट गुड साइन फॉर द बिजनेस कि आपके डेट्स बढ़ते जा रहे हैं, उनकी इन्वॉल्वमेंट ज़्यादा हो रही है. आल्सो द टर्नओवर ऑफ ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी टू जनरेट सेल्स हैज़ फॉलन. यानी कि जो सेल को जनरेट करने के लिए हमारे पास ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी है वो भी प्रॉपर फंक्शनिंग नहीं कर रही. उसकी वजह से आपकी जो सेल है वो भी डिक्रीज हो रही है. So dear students, now we can discuss another exercise. That is, first of all, as usual, we will read out the question. Purple Bus Company had the following operating results in the past 2 years. You can see operating revenues given, operating expenses are given, operating property is given, net income, long-term debts, and estimated passenger miles and load factor. You can basically analyze. This question is related to the transportation industry. If you can see, तो हम इसको डिस्कस करेंगे ट्रांसपोर्टेशन इंडस्ट्री के रेशियोज के साथ. तो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, दिस क्वेश्चन also has taken from your textbook. Now we need to calculate the various calculation. First of all, we will calculate the operating ratio and comment on the trend. Then we will calculate the long-term debt to operating property ratio. Then we will calculate another ratio, that is operating revenue to operating property ratio. Then we will calculate the revenue and income per passenger miles and discuss and what does the load factor indicate कि load factor क्या indicate करता है. तो we will calculate one by one. First of all we will calculate the operating ratio. Operating ratio is equal to operating expenses divided by operating revenue for year 2010. तो डेटा से हम देखते हैं जी ऑपरेटिंग एक्सपेंसेस ऑपरेटिंग रेवेन्यू क्या है. फॉर ईयर 2010 ऑपरेटिंग एक्सपेंसेस आर गिवन $437,000 and operating revenue is $457,000. $437,000 divided by $457,000. Just we need to basically calculate divided 437,000 divided by $457,000 multiply by 100. 95.62%. That is operating ratio for year 2010. Now we will calculate operating ratio for year 2009. Operating expenses formula will be the same. Divided by operating revenue operating expenses operating revenue given है 285,000 and 310,000. $285,000 divided by 310,000 multiply by 100. 91.94%. तो डियर स्टूडेंट्स आपने देखा कि हमारे जो एक्सपेंसेस की रेशो है इन ईयर 2009 में that is 91.94% of operating revenue. It has increased in 2010, that is 95.62%. This is not good for the business because your expenditure has increased. Basically, we need to decrease in the expenses, but in this situation, our expenditure has increased by 4%. Now we need to basically concentrate on the control of cost. Now we will calculate another ratio. What is the next ratio? Long-term debt to operating property ratio. Operating property ratio is equal to long-term debt divided by operating property long-term debt. We are basically calculating for year 2010 long-term debt and operating property is given in the question. देख सकते हैं आप. Long-term debt is related to year 2010, that is 170,000 and operating property is 212,000. Divided by 212,000. सिंपल कैलकुलेशन है, डिवाइड कर लें. और मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100. 80.92% 19% कि बेसिकली हमारी ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी में जो लॉन्ग टर्म डेट का कंट्रीब्यूशन है दैट इज 80.19% इन ईयर 2010, यानी मेजर पोर्शन हमारे ऑपरेटिंग प्रॉपर्टी में लॉन्ग टर्म डेट्स का है. नाउ वी कैन कैलकुलेट फॉर ईयर 2009 long term debt to operating property ratio is equal to long term debt divided by operating property So long-term debt and operating properties are given for year 2009 140,000 divided by 180,000. डिवाइड कर लें. मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100. 77.78%. Dear students, you can see in year 2009 long-term debt to operating property is 77.78%, and you can see it has increased in year 2010, that is 80.19%. This is not good sign for the business because business debt has increased in 2010. This is not good. Now we can calculate another ratio, that is operating revenue to operating property ratio. Operating revenue to operating property ratio is equal to operating revenue divided by operating property for year 2010. Operating revenue is given and operating property is also given. Operating revenue is related to year 2010, that is 457,000, and operating property 212,000. Divided by 212,000. डिवाइड कर लें. $2.16 times per year in year 2010. Now we will calculate for year 2009 operating revenue to operating property ratio is equal to operating revenue divided by operating property data is given in the question. Operating revenue is 310,000 for year 2009 and operating property 180,000. सिंपल कैलकुलेशन है. $180,000 से डिवाइड कर दें. 1.72 टाइम्स to these students You can see basically in 2010 operating revenue to operating property ratio, it has increased in this ratio in 2010. This is good sign for the business. Now we will calculate another ratio, that is revenue and income per passenger mile, and discuss. रेवेन्यू हमने कैलकुलेट करना और इनकम पर पैसेंजर पर माइल कैलकुलेट करनी है. नाउ वी विल कैलकुलेट द इनकम एंड रेवेन्यू. Divided by passenger miles revenue is given for year 2010 457,000 and estimated passenger miles are given 4.5 million. Divided by 4.5 million. Simple calculation of 457,000 divided by 4.5 million. (10.16%). Now we can calculate for year 2009. 2009 की जो रेवेन्यू है that is 310,000 और माइल्स हैं 3.5 मिलियन. 310,000 3.5 million. (8.86%). So you can see our revenue has basically increased in year 2010. This is a good sign for the business because it is might be possible number of passengers has increased in this season. Now we can calculate with net income. Formula will be simple: net income divided by passenger miles. Net income is given 6,000 for year 2010 divided by 4.5 million. सिंपल कैलकुलेशन है, 4.5 मिलियन से डिवाइड कर दें, that will be 0.0013 per mile. अगर आप इसको मल्टीपल बाय 100 करें तो ये 0.13% बनता ओनली. तो dear students, now we will calculate for year 2009. Net income is 12,000. Divided by 3.5 million. (0.003). अगर हम मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 भी कर दें तो ये आ जाएगा 0.34 पर माइल. तो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, आपने देखा कि इन ईयर 2010 net income per mile per passenger has decreased in year 2010, that is 0.13. This is not good sign for the business. Basically our expenditure has basically increased. We need to control our cost. What is the next requirement? What does the load factor indicate? Basically the load factor indicates that the buses were less full in year 2010 compared than to 2009. यानी कि बसेस में पैसेंजर कम से कम बैठे हैं 2010 में. If you are comparing with the 2009, you need to basically control the cost. ठीक है. Now we will calculate and we will discuss another exercise. The following are statistics from the annual report of MC Attrick National Bank. You can see this question is related to the banking industry. Average loans are given for year 2004 and 2003. Average total assets are also given in the questions. Average total deposits are also given, and average total capital is also here, and interest expense and interest income given. Then we need to calculate the various ratios. Total deposit times capital for each year, and calculate the loan to total deposits for each year. Then we will calculate the capital funds to total assets for each year. Then we will calculate the interest margin to average total assets for each year. Then we will calculate the, basically we will discuss the trend. First of all, we will calculate the total deposits times capital. Total deposits times capital. Formula will be the very simple. Average total deposits divided by average total capital एवरेज टोटल डिपॉजिट्स इज गिवन इन द क्वेश्चन. एवरेज टोटल डिपॉजिट्स आप देख सकते हैं थर्ड नंबर पे गिवन है 24 बेसिकली मिलियन. divided by average total capital is also given 1.85 million. सिंपल कैलकुलेशन आप डिवाइड कर लें. 246 टाइम 0 डिवाइडेड बाय 185 4 टाइम 0 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 12.97 टाइम्स. आपके टोटल जो डिपॉजिट्स हैं वो टाइम्स कैपिटल में 12.97 टाइम्स पर ईयर कन्वर्ट हो जाते हैं. नाउ वी विल कैलकुलेट फॉर ईयर 2009 टोटल डिपॉजिट्स टाइम्स कैपिटल is equal to average total deposits divided by average total capital. Data is given average total deposits in the question, that is 20 million. Divided by average total capital is also given 1.6 million. सिंपल कैलकुलेशन डिवाइड कर लें. 27 टाइम्स 0 डिवाइडेड बाय 165 टाइम्स 0 12.5 टाइम्स. Dear students, You can analyze, you can comment very easily, because you can see in 2010 it has decreased in time, total deposits times capital. So this is not good sign for the business. Okay, now we can calculate another ratio, that is loan to total deposits. Loan to total deposits is equal to average loans divided by average total deposits Average loans are also given in the question, that is 16 million divided by average total deposits, that is 24 million. Simple calculation is 16, 6 times 0 divided by 24, 6 times 0 multiplied by 100, that will be 66.67%. इसको राउंड करके 66.7% भी आप कह सकते हैं। तो क्या मतलब कि टोटल डिपॉजिट में जो लोन है वो बेसिकली 66.67% उसकी रेशो है। नाउ वी विल कैलकुलेट दी लोन टू टोटल डिपॉजिट्स फॉर 2009. Formula will be the same, loan to total deposits is equal to average loans divided by average total deposits average loan is given 2003 13.2 million divided by average total deposits 20 million. सिंपल कैलकुलेशन है, डिवाइड कर लें 1325 टाइम्स 0 डिवाइडेड बाय 20 मिलियन मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100, 66%. You can see in year 2004 it has basically decreased. Okay, now we can calculate another ratio, that is capital funds to total assets. Capital funds to total assets is equal to capital funds divided by average total assets capital funds definitely is given in the question. That is average total capital 18,50,000 divided by average total assets, that is 26 million इसको आप सिंपल कैलकुलेट कर लें 18,50,000 डिवाइडेड बाय 26 मिलियन मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100, 7.12%. दैट इज कैपिटल फंड्स टू टोटल एसेट्स, यानी कि आपके टोटल एसेट्स में जो कैपिटल फंड्स हैं, कैपिटल ओनर्स इक्विटी है, वो बेसिकली 7.12% है. ऑलरेडी वी हैव डिस्कस्ड अबाउट इट. Stockholders equity is basically minimum 6 to 7%. So this is good for the business. Now we will calculate for year 2003 capital funds to total assets is equal to capital funds divided by average total assets capital funds are given, that is 1.6 million divided by average total assets are also given, that is 22 million. सिंपल कैलकुलेशन आप कर लें कैलकुलेटर से. मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100, 7.27%. You can see basically in 2004 it has decreased in capital funds to total assets. तो ये गुड साइन बिजनेस के लिए नहीं है, बल्कि इसको इंक्रीज होना चाहिए, डिक्रीज हो रहा है. नाउ वी विल कैलकुलेट अनदर रेशियो, दैट इज इंटरेस्ट मार्जिन टू एवरेज टोटल एसेट्स. इंटरेस्ट मार्जिन टू एवरेज टोटल assets is equal to, formula very easy है, interest margin divided by average total assets interest margin. We need to calculate the interest margin. Interest income 17,50,000 minus interest expense. Interest income 17,15,000 minus 17,50,000 minus 15,000 divided by average total assets. Average total assets are given 26 million. क्या आपने करना है कि इंटरेस्ट इनकम में से एक्सपेंस को माइनस कर देना है. 17,50,000 माइनस 16,15,000 डिवाइडेड बाय 26 million multiply by 100, only 0.52%, 0.52%. That is the interest margin to average total assets. यानी कि आपको जो इंटरेस्ट में सेविंग हो रही है ओनली 0.52% हो रही है. Now we will calculate for year 2003. Formula will be the same. Just we need to change the amounts. Amounts are given 16,50,000 minus 15,12,250. यहाँ मैं अमाउंट लिख रहा हूँ 16,50,000 डिवाइडेड बाय 15,12,250 डिवाइडेड बाय 22 million एवरेज टोटल एसेट्स. सिंपल कैलकुलेशन है कर लें. 16,50,000 माइनस 15,12,250 डिवाइडेड बाय 22 million मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100, ओनली 0.63%. तो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, आपने देखा it has decreased in 2004 interest margin to total average assets. This is not good sign for the business. Now we will discuss the comments. MC Attrek Bank has experienced a faster rise in deposits than in capital, यानी कि deposits में बहुत तेजी से इजाफा हुआ. This has caused the deposits to capital to rise and loan have risen faster than deposits. Loan आपके deposit से भी ज़्यादा तेजी से बढ़ गए, so that loans to total deposits has risen and capital to total assets has dropped, probably due to a faster rise in deposits. Another comments are there. The interest margin to average total assets has dropped, which indicates a drop in profitability of the bank. Dear students, we will calculate another exercise. You can see question is given in front of you. The following are statistics from the annual report of Dover Bank. This question also related to the banking sector. Average earnings assets are given. Average total assets are also given. Income before securities transactions are also given in the question. Interest margin is here. Pre-tax income before securities transaction is also given. Provision for loan losses are also available. Net charge off is also given. Average equity, average net loans and average deposits are given in front of you. We need to calculate the various calculations, various ratios. Calculate the following for year 2004, 2003 and 2002. First, earning assets to total assets. Then second ratio will be calculated, return on earning assets. Third ratio will be interest margin to average earning assets, loan loss coverage ratio. Then we will calculate the equity to total assets. Then we will calculate the deposit time capital, and at the end we will calculate the loan to deposits. Then we will discuss the comments on various ratios. First of all, dear students, we will calculate the earning assets to total assets. तो ये बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक है. आपने देखा कि ये रेशियोज बिल्कुल डिफरेंट है प्रीवियस से, लेकिन उनसे मिलती जुलती हैं. तो आज आपने एक नया टॉपिक, नई रेशियो सीख रहे हैं जो कि बहुत आसान है. मेरे साथ रहिएगा. अर्निंग एसेट्स to total assets is equal to average earning assets divided by average total assets So dear students, amounts are given in the question for year 2004, 2003 and 2002. Formula will be the same. First of all, we need to take the amount average earning assets. Average earning assets is given on first number, that is 50 million, 45 and 43. $50, 45, 30, 50 million is related to 2004, then 2003, then 2002. Then average total assets are given 58,823,529. 58, then 823,529, for year 2004. Then for year 2003, total assets are 54,216,867, then 52 million, for year 2002 earning assets are 43,000. correct कर लें. Now we will calculate very easily. 7 times zeros divided by 5, 8, 8, 2, 3, 5, 2, 9, multiply by 100, 85%. Average earning assets to total assets in 2004, that is 85%. Now we can calculate for year 2003, 45 million divided by 54,216,867 multiply by 100, that is 83%. Now we can calculate for year 2002, that is 43 million divided by 52 million multiply by 100, 82.69%. Dear students, you can see in 2004 it has increased in earning assets to total assets. This is good for the business. So dear students, this calculation was related to the earning assets to total average assets. Now we will calculate another ratio, that is return on earning assets. Return on earning assets is equal to, dear students, now we will calculate the return on earning assets. First of all, we will draw a formula. Income, net income divided by average earning assets for year 2004. Net income is given in the question. You can see we will consider the income before securities transaction, that is 530,000 divided by average earning assets is given in front of you for year 2004, 50 million, और मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 कर लें. 530,000 डिवाइडेड बाय 50 million, (1.06%) in year 2004. Now we will calculate for year 2003 return on earning assets is equal to net income divided by average earning assets net income is given 453,000 divided by 45 million, that is 1.01%. Now we will calculate for year 2002 Formula will be the same. Net income is given 420,000. And average earning assets are 43 million. सिंपल कैलकुलेशन डिवाइड कर लें. .98%. So you can see return on earning assets has increased in 2004. This is good for the business. This shows that our return on earning assets is basically good. Now we will calculate another ratio, that is interest margin to average earning assets. Interest margin to average earning assets is equal to interest margin divided by average earning assets interest margin is given in the question. That is 25,50,000 divided by 50 million average earning assets. सिंपल कैलकुलेशन डिवाइड कर लें. मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100. 5.10%. Now we will calculate for year 2003. Formula will be the same. Interest margin is equal to divided by average earning assets interest margin is given also 2.2 million divided by 45 million सिंपल कैलकुलेशन है. 22 लाख divided by 45 million multiply by 100. 4.89%. Now we will calculate for year 2002. Interest margin is given 420,000 divided by 43 million .7 million 7%. So dear students, you can see it has increased in 2004 in interest margin. तो this is good for the business कि आपका interest जो है on deposits, interest on earning basically बढ़ रहा है. Now we will calculate another ratio, that is loan loss coverage ratio. Loan loss coverage ratio formula is very simple, is equal to pre-tax income before security transactions plus provision for loan losses everything is given in your question divided by net charge of everything is given in the question. You can see first income है जी 562,000 plus 190,000 divided by 180,000. You can see in the question net charge of 180,000. तो कैलकुलेट कर लें आप 190,000 इसमें ऐड किया, देन डिवाइड किया 180,000 से 4.17 times. Now we will calculate for year 2002. $480,500 plus 160,000 divided by 162,000. जब हमने कैलकुलेट किया that is 3.95 times per year. Now we will calculate for year 2002. That will be 440,000 plus 142,000 divided by 160,000 net charge off. That will be 3.64 times. You can see in 2004 it has increased in loan loss coverage ratio. This is good for the business. Now we will calculate another ratio, that is equity to total assets. Equity to total assets is equal to average equity divided by average total assets. Formula will be the same for all years, just we need to put the amounts. 4117 600 equity divided by 58,823 529 for year 2004, then 53524 000 divided by 54,216 867. Then next year 31,20,000 divided by 52 lakh. सबको जब डिवाइड किया तो that is 7%, 6.5% and 6%. This is another ratio. Then we will calculate another ratio, that is deposit time capital. Deposit time capital formula is very simple. Average deposits divided by average stockholders equity average deposits are given for all years. 52,500 000 divided by 4117 600, then 42,500 000 divided by 3524 000, then 37 857,000 divided by 312, 4 times 0, that will be 12.75 times, 12.06 times, and 12.13 times. Now we will calculate the last ratio, that is loan to deposits. Loan to deposits is equal to average net loans divided by average deposits. Data is given in the question. Average net loans you can see in the question. You can take amount from the question. Average net loans on the second last number, 32.5 million. Divided by average deposits, that is 5 to 5. इस तरीके से आप सब अमाउंट्स ले लें. Result will be the 61.9% for year 2004, 61.18% for year 2003, and 59.43% for year 2002. You can see it has increased loan to deposits in 2004. Now we will discuss the comments. Earning assets to total assets has increased. This indicates that management has improved in putting bank assets to work. Then another discussion is there. Interest margin to average earning assets have increased. This indicates improved profitability of the bank. Another discussion is there. The loan loss coverage ratio has increased, indicating that the improved level of protection of loans. Equity to total assets increased, indicating an improved cushion against the risk of using debt and leverage. Deposit times capital increase, indicating a prospect of high return to total shareholders. And last discussion is related to the loan to deposits increase, indicating the increased risk. So dear students, today we have solved the various practical problems related to various industries ratios like banks, transportation, electricity companies, and उम्मीद है कि आपको ये सारे क्वेश्चन बहुत अच्छे अंदाज में समझ आ चुके होंगे. तो आपने जैसा कि देखा कि ये रेशियोज बिल्कुल डिफरेंट थी कंपेयर दैन टू वेरियस रेशियोज, बिकॉज हर इंडस्ट्री के अपने मुख्तलिफ किस्म के एसेट्स, लाइबिलिटीज, ओनर्स, इक्विटी होती हैं. दैट्स वाई हमारे रेशियोज का स्टाइल भी थोड़ा सा यहाँ चेंज था, लेकिन इंटरेस्टिंग था. उम्मीद है कि आपको समझ आ चुकी होगी. थैंक यू वेरी मच. कल तक के लिए इजाज़त. अल्लाह हाफिज़.